Hello everyone, I am playing a medium level Minesweeper game on my phone today. In the top left hand corner you can see there are 59 mines remaining, and in the top right is a counter and my toggle between sweeping for mines and planting a flag. I also have the setting turned on where my first click will be a clearing, which is fairly standard for Minesweeper. Alright, here we go. Amazing! We love a clearing with lots of ones and corners. Okay, so I can just go through and clear out some straightforward assumptions here. Alright. Whew, another clearing. We love it when that happens. Right, we're going to keep going in a fairly logical manner. That 2 is satisfied. Then I can satisfy this 2. That 1 is satisfied. Beautiful. We're going to keep going. The 3 is satisfied, and I can satisfy those 2s. I'm just looking for the easy solutions right now. That 1 is satisfied. We've got a 1 on a corner. We've got 2 satisfied. Perfect. We're going to satisfy those 2s. 1 on a corner, satisfying the 2s. Perfect. Okay. Alright. This 4 is easily satisfied, and which also completes the 3, and we get another 1 in a corner. This 3 is easily satisfied, which completes the 2, and this 2 has no choice. Alright. One of these 2 is a mine. I can't tell which one yet, so we're going to move on from there for now. This 2 is satisfied. Sorry, don't know how I missed that. Excellent, which gives me some more 1s to play with. Okay, so this 4 is interesting. It has 3 attached to it. One of these 2 must be a mine. The 3 has 2 attached to it, and if one of these 2 must be a mine, that's going to solve it, which means these bottom 2 I can clear up. Alright, and that helps me distinguish which one of those 2 is a mine based on the 3 below. That 3 is satisfied, those 1s are satisfied, that 1 is satisfied. Okay, good. Making some progress. We love it when the corners are cleared. Again, just going through clearing the relatively straightforward ones. If you guys do want a Minesweeper tutorial with a little more detail, let me know and I will definitely go through that. But right now I am just trying to get a nice clean solve. Perfect. Good. Clearing all of those. So far I've had to make no assumptions. This has all been straight logic. We love that. That 2 is satisfied. That means that 4 is there. Oh, I may have just kicked myself in the foot. We might have to start making assumptions. Let's see. So I'm going to start with the right-hand side of this unsolved edge. This 2, it has to have 1 mine attached to the 1. It can only have 1 mine, which means that the one in the middle of these 2s has to be a mine. Which means that the following 2 has one of those 2, must be a mine. So this is not, based on the 3. Four is not giving me much there. It's frustrating. Okay, let's look at this other 3. So one of those 2 must be a mine, which means this one has to be to solve the other 2. There we go. Alright, that's going to give us some blowback here. Good. Not enough, but that's okay. We keep going. The 3 here has to have one of these 2 must be a mine, which is going to solve the 2 above it. So these 3 are not mines. Excellent, and that narrows down our 4 solve, which doesn't help me clear anything, but it narrows it down at least. Again, I'm trying to do this purely on logic. There are some statistical guesses I can make, but I'm trying to avoid making any guesses in this solve, so my time is going to be a little higher. And it might not be possible. I want to point that out as well. Sometimes, because these Minesweeper games are very randomized, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's a possible logical conclusion based on starting point. So we're going to do our best. But there's always a logical guess. So for example, I have 11 mines left to find. I am sure of every single mine that I've placed so far, which means, let's see, I have 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 squares not specified. So exactly 1 in 3 is a mine. Again, that doesn't help me too much, but I can start to narrow them down. So one of them is over here, and one of them is here. That's 2. That's 2 and 4 right there. One of them is here, that's 3. One of them is here, that's 4. But not necessarily, it could be the same one. I think we're going to have to make some educated guesses here. If it's this, yeah, that's fine. And if it's this, also seems fine. Okay, I'm going to assume that this one is a mine. I'm making a guess. And we were correct. Excellent. So the 2 is satisfied. I can now satisfy the 4 and this 3. This gives me a little bit of blowback. Not a huge amount, unfortunately, but something. Now one of these must be a mine. If it's one of those, that also satisfies the 3 beside it. If it's that one, that satisfies all 3 3s. That means that there's 7 bombs. That would be interesting. I don't think that's the case. I think that's going to give us too many concentrated bombs on the right-hand corner. And we know that there's only 1 there and 1 there. Okay, I'm going to make another guess. We're going to assume that one. And we were correct. I love it. Okay, so we've got two guesses now. All right, I can solve this. 2 is now satisfied. Good. We have 5 mines left to find in 18 squares. We know that 1 is there. 1. If it's that one. Oh, I think it has to be that one. Yes, yeah, it does. So this 4 has to have one of these 3. It can't have 2 of them. And the 4 beside it has to have 2 of these 3, which means there's 1 from the middle 2, and then the second one from this side so that it doesn't touch the 4 on the left-hand side. So that's going to solve that 4. It's going to give me a 2. Excellent. Okay, this is going to narrow down my 4, which solves 3, solves this 4. This 2 has to be there, solves the 4. There's a 1. Beautiful. And I think we're on a roll now. Yeah, 2's. That 3 is satisfied, this 3 is satisfied, that 1's satisfied, and we're done. Now, notice my statistics are a bit off. This is quite a high number or high time for a medium solve, but I was trying to use as little guesses as possible. I think we ended up using 2 fairly educated guesses to solve this puzzle. Thank you for staying with me, and stay tuned for more.